started. I want to give everyone a few minutes to get ready and get acclimated for today's workshop, okay? I want to give everyone a few moments to get ready and acclimated for today's workshop. Again, this is the Soul Essence Empowerment Journey. This is our journey to greater mental, emotional, and spiritual health. I thank you guys for joining us. This Soul Essence Empowerment Journey is brought to you by Images. We are imparting motivation, achieving goals, and expecting success each and every day. We are on day 35, okay? Day 35 is about morality. So the characteristic of day 35 is morality. Now, you guys know that each day also includes a theme. So the characteristic for today is morality, and the theme for today is willing. All right. So before we go any further, I want to discuss with you guys willing. I want to talk about this theme so that we can build our understanding as we proceed into the characteristic of the day. But before we do any of that, let's go ahead and get this workshop started right here and right now in prayer. Most High, I am grateful for this new day. I am grateful for all of the opportunities that have been presented to me today so far, and all of the opportunities that will be presented throughout the course of the day. I am grateful for a positive mindset. I am grateful that we are able to come together with this workshop on all of the platforms, and we're able to come together and learn and grow and come together in love and in unity. I am grateful. Most High, I am grateful. I pray right now that the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart and mind be acceptable in thy sight, Most High, my strength, my Redeemer. You are amazing, Most High. I give you all the praise and the glory and the honor that is due your name. Let every person who can hear the workshop, let every person that's present on any of the platforms and that is watching us be blessed by the information that's presented, and let them receive the information on fertile soil so that the seeds are able to grow and to produce much fruit and a bountiful harvest for each and every person that hears this. So Most High, it is unto thee that I pray in the name of the grace that you've perpetuated to us, which is Yahushua Amashiach. And I thank you, Father, oh Most High and Mighty One. All right, you guys. Now that we've gotten the prayer out of the way, thank you again. Welcome again. We're going to look at the theme of willing first, okay? And then we are going to build upon our understanding with willing as it relates to our characteristic of today. So there's a quote by Abraham Lincoln that I would like to start with. And it says that I am not bound to win, but I am bound to be true. I am not bound to succeed, but I am bound to live up to what light I have. Again, I am not bound to win, but I am bound to be true. I am not bound to succeed, but I am bound to live up to what I have. All right. In 1940, the newspaper headlines were filled with the story of an undersized, knobby-kneed horse by the name of Seabiscuit, who had become a world favorite and a champion of hope during the Great Depression. Early in his life, he was known for sleeping and eating for long periods of time and was even the butt of all the stable jokes, remember, because he was such a little tiny little thing, okay? Eventually, the owners sold the horse, thinking that it had no great potential. They were looking and judging a book by what they thought the cover was, right? But a wise handler took the castaway and was able to slowly draw out the strength of body and the unbeatable spirit that was within Seabiscuit. And Seabiscuit, the same horse that most people judged as ordinary at best, went on to win the Horse of the Year and became horse racing's all-time leading money winner. Did you hear that? Seabiscuit The same horse that most people judged as ordinary at best went on to win the Horse of the Year and became horse racing's all-time leading money winner. The Saturday Evening Post attributed it to the fact that he came from nothing on his own courage and will to win. What you and I do in this life is in direct proportion to our courage and our ability to will. All right? Will, WILL, to set our eyes on our goal and head toward it. Unlike crossing the finish line first in a horse race, winning or being successful as a disciple of Mashiach, this is such a great deal more difficult to define, okay? But Yahusha provided his own mission statement this way in John 6 and 38 through 39. I came down from heaven not to follow my own whim, but to accomplish the will of the one who sent me. This, in a nutshell, is that will, that everything handed over to me by the Father be completed, not a single detail missed. And at the wrap up of time, I have everything and everyone put together, upright and whole. All right. I'm going to read that again because now when I read it this time, I want you to think about how we are supposed to be following the blueprint that Yahushua HaMashiach left here for us to follow. Okay. And this blueprint is clearly defined right here. Okay, it's clearly defined in what we're supposed to be doing while we are here on the earth realm, because Yahushua Mashiach left us this blueprint and example to show us. A lot of people are sometimes confused by what they're supposed to be doing or get it mixed up and misconstrued. But we're gonna set the record straight right here and right now with the words of Yahushua Mashiach himself, John 6, 38 and 39, because when we know what he came here to do, and we know that we are to follow what he was here doing, then this John 6, 38 and 39 gives us the clear-cut directions. All right. And in John 6, 38 through 39, Yahusha says again, and I quote, it is written, I came down from heaven in the Shamayim, not to follow my own whim, but to accomplish the will of the one who sent me. This, in a nutshell, is that will, that everything handed over to me by the Father be completed, not a single detail missed. And at the wrap up of time, I have everything and everyone put together, upright and whole. That's a powerful statement. That's a powerful realization that we should have come to from hearing those words of Yahushua HaMashiach. Being willing is about opening ourselves up to whatever the Most High has in store for us. All right. In order for you to be willing, that means you have to be open to whatever the Most High has in store for you. In order for me to be willing, that means I have to be open up to whatever the Most High has in store for me. It means to run headlong into our destinies, totally abandoned to something that we can't see with our natural eyes. So we have to make sure that we're seeing through our spiritual eyes, right? We must trust in the one who sent us, who can get us there. That's the key that's found in Yahusha's personal mission. Yahusha was charged with the task of seeing that you become upright and whole. And Yahusha promises not to miss one detail. That is what Yahusha came to do in our lives, all right? To see that we become upright and whole, and to see that he doesn't miss a detail. And not only did he see to not missing a detail, he promised it. So that work is already done. It is completed. It is finished. That's what Yahusha came to do. It's already done. So now it does require for us to will it. In this success-driven society today we find ourselves in, it is odd to think that the bottom line might not be what we expect it is. Success might not look like we think it does. It's not that success isn't part of the Most High's will for us. It is that success is a byproduct of what the Most High wills for us. It's a byproduct of what the Most High wills for us. You could not possibly think of what the Most High wants for you. Your dreams would be too small. The mind of the Most High is infinite. That's infinite intelligence, infinite divine intelligence. Okay. So the humanist man, the mind is not even going to be able to think on the terms of it. I know there's a scripture that says that the Most High will do exceedingly and abundantly above and beyond all that we could ask or even imagine. Okay. So what you and I can control and make happen doesn't come close to what the Most High has in mind for us. True success requires us to be willing to let go. And as we let the Most High work out His will through each of us, that's when we start to see all of those positive results and all of those byproducts that it is that we desire. Okay. But we have to make sure that we let go and let the Most High, because as the Most High works out His will through us, that's when we'll begin to see all of the benefits that comes along with that. All right. There is a spiritual formation Bible that Eugene Peterson has written. And in it states the mystery is not the mystery of darkness that must be dispelled, but the mystery of light that may be entered. The Most High and His operations cannot be reduced to what we are capable of explaining and then reproducing. It takes considerable humility to embrace this mystery. For in the presence of mystery, we are not in a position to control anything, predict outcomes, manage people, or pose as authorities. Then you also have the Apostle Paul, who is held up as a giant of the faith, following Yahusha all over the known world, facing all kinds of hardships, and eventually laying down his life for Yahusha. Okay. But even he knew that he played only a bit, only a small part in the great story that the Most High is still writing today. Today, we are the characters in the story. We are the ones who's doing the will of the Most High today. But in the Bible days, it was Paul and Yahushua and them, right? We know that Paul set his will to do the will of the Father and to never look back, trusting that it wasn't all up to him, knowing that only the Most High knew the destiny of every believer. He said this in Acts 20 as he left his work unfinished by worldly standards, but not by the Most High's. Acts 20, 27 through 28 and verse 32, for it reads, "It is written, I've done my best for you. I've given you my all, held back nothing of God's will for you. Now it's up to you. Now I am turning you over to God, our marvelous God, our mighty one, the Most High, whose gracious word can make you into what He wants you to be and give you everything you could possibly need." That's pretty powerful when you think about it. Again, all right? Paul said, "I've done my best for you. I've given my all, held back nothing of the Most High and Mighty One's will for you. Now it's up to you. Now I am turning you over to the Most High, our marvelous Mighty One, whose gracious word can make you into what the Most High wants you to be and give you everything you could possibly need. You lack nothing when the Most High is your shepherd. You're made in the image and the likeness of the Most High." There's a quote by John Ruskin that says, "The highest reward for a man's toil is not what he gets for it, but what he becomes by it." So this week we've been talking about what I like to call the power of doing. What you do can be as toxic to your soul as what you think or say. So your actions have as much power to pollute or to purify as your thoughts and words. All right. And this is how we bring ourselves into connecting willing, the theme of willing, to our characteristic of today. Because being willing, again, is about opening yourself up to the Most High and what the Most High has in store for you. It means running headlong into your destiny, totally abandoned to something that you can't see with your natural eyes, because you must worship the Most High in spirit and in truth. Okay? So you can't see it with your natural eyes, but you must trust the one who can get you to where he needs you to be, to where he wills you to be, to where he created you to do, to be, to say, to think, to experience, right? That is the key that's found in Yahusha's personal mission, where he is charged with the task of seeing that we become upright and whole. And he promises not to miss a detail. That is what he came to do in our lives. It does require for us to will it, to allow it, to receive that word, to know, to understand what it is, so that we can move properly in what we have been called and commissioned to do. Galatians 5:19 through 21 states, it's obvious what kind of life develops out of trying to get your own way all the time. A stinking accumulation of mental and emotional garbage, frenzied and joyless grabs for happiness, paranoid loneliness, cutthroat competition, all consuming yet never satisfied wants, a brutal temper, an impotence to love or be loved, undivided homes and divided lives, small minded and lopsided pursuits, the vicious habit of depersonalizing everyone into a rival, uncontrolled and uncontrollable addictions. When it comes to morality and how willing relates to morality, okay, that goes into this power of doing that we're talking about at this, this week, that we've been talking about all week. We can do great things for ourselves or harmful things. We can be toxic to our soul, just like our words and our thoughts can be if they are negative or low vibrational, because our actions have as much power to purify or pollute as our thoughts and words do. This is the foundation of the Most High's chosen fast. Yahuwah Elohim's chosen fast is described in Isaiah 58, verses 6 through 7. And it reads, for it is written, this is the kind of fasting that I want. Free those who are wrongly imprisoned. Lighten the burden of those who work for you. Let the oppressed go free. Remove the chains that bind people. Share your food with the hungry and give shelter to the homeless. Give clothes to those who need them, and do not hide from relatives who need your help. That's the chosen fast, okay? We know that this soul essence empowerment journey is about us fasting from harmful characteristics and low vibrational actions and habits that hold us back and keep us from being our authentic selves and who the Most High has called us to be. But there's also a work that we are called to do as we are moving closer and being divinely aligned with the Most High and being our authentic self. There's still work to be done. All right. And that work that we're supposed to be doing is this chosen fast. This chosen fast is, again, freeing those people who are wrongly imprisoned, and especially not being the cause of them to be wrongly imprisoned. Lighten the burdens of those who work for you. Working together in unity, if we all share the load, nobody's overburdened, right? Not being a harsh or critical boss, right? There's different ways to do all of these things. Let the oppressed go free and remove the chains that bind people. Help people that's seeking out deliverance, help them to get deliverance and receive liberation, right? Don't add anything to people's lives that's going to cause them to be bound, of course. Share your food with the hungry. Give shelter to the homeless. Give clothes to those who need them, and do not hide from your relatives that need your help. Morality simply means virtuous conduct, behavior or qualities judged to be good, based on a set of principles distinguishing between right and wrong or good and bad behavior. It's doing things the Most High's way, doing things Yahuwah's way, okay? It is drawing the line in the sand and saying this far and no further. Morality is a serious thing, okay? There's a quote by Barry Maguire who said, and there was a real shedding of the old dogma, like boundaries of morality were being broken down, and everybody was into the new party mode, which destroyed thousands of us. You all know that we have seen that. Everybody be in party mode, and then looking back in hindsight, like, wow, we were really partying our way into self-destruction. And there's an old song that used to say, you're headed for self-destruction, but we didn't pay any attention to that, did we? So now it's time to right those wrongs. Now it's time to get in divine alignment, right? Being willing to do the will of the Most High. In this success-driven society, it is odd to think that the bottom line might not be what we expect it is. Success might not look like we think it does. At the end of the day, morality boils down to a life and death issue. We cannot afford to sit on the wall of indifference and expect society to change all by itself. As with beautiful art, the lines of morality must be deliberately drawn. That brings us to our final point for today. The Most High's chosen fast is a call to do what is right. It is a call to do justly and to love kindness and mercy. All right, Micah 6 and 8 from the Amplified Version. It is a call to honor the Most High, Yahuwah Elohim, by living ethical and moral lives. When we find ourselves having difficulty directing our energies wisely, we must check to make sure that we are doing whatever we do the Most High's way and not our own way. We must always check to make sure that we are in divine alignment. Learning to harness the power of holiness by doing things Yahuwah's way, by developing strong moral character, will bring us true success and freedom. It brings us that liberation. Galatians 5:22 through 23 says, after posing this question to the Galatians, what happens when we live Yahuwah's way? Paul gave his answer here in Galatians 5:22 through 23. And he said, the Most High, that's who he's referring to with the he, the Most High brings gifts into our lives, much the same way that fruit appears in an orchard. Things like affection for others, exuberance about life, serenity. Most importantly, Paul said, we develop a willingness to stick with things, which develops us and develops in us a sense of compassion and a conviction that a basic holiness permeates things and people. Not only that, Paul adds, we find ourselves involved in loyal commitments, not needing to force our way in life, able to marshal and direct our energies wisely. So this brings us to our action steps for journaling. You guys, please remember to take a screenshot of this page here. While it's on your screen, everybody on each platform, please take a screenshot here, okay? Now, our action steps for journaling, remember you have to turn these in to get participation credit for this workshop. This you guys already know. For those of you who are new, we utilize this portion for participation, and it's a quick way to make sure that you're assessing yourself and internally and seeing what it is that you need to do within yourself so that you can implement the theme and the characteristic that we're going over today, starting today in your life now and forevermore going forward. Okay. So, the first action step for journaling: are you having difficulty directing your energies wisely? Check to make sure you're doing whatever you do the Most High's way and not your own way. So again, you know that if you're having difficulty directing your energies wisely, if you're being pulled in all directions, if you're feeling, all types of low vibrational emotions, then that's the number one. Those are the quickest ways to know that you're out of the will of the Most High. And all you have to do is go get back in divine alignment, see what you need to do to straighten it out. Secondly, the second action step is to stop and reflect for a few moments on Galatians 5:19 through 21. All right. Which reads, it is obvious what kind of life develops out of trying to get your own way all the time. A stinking accumulation of mental and emotional garbage, frenzied and joyless grabs for happiness, paranoid loneliness, cutthroat competition, all consuming yet never satisfied wants, a brutal temper, an impotence to love or be loved, divided homes and divided lives, small minded and lopsided pursuits, the vicious habit of depersonalizing everyone into a rival, uncontrolled and uncontrollable actions. All right. Are any of the indicators listed here of what happens when you do things your own way present in your life? We're going to be as honest as we can with ourselves. This is not to down anyone. This is not to make anybody feel bad. On the contrary, this is to make every one of us better. And we are going to rise each day and be better each day than we were the day before. And this is part of that process. All right. They call it shadow work, and people hear that word and say, oh, no, that's evil. You got to get rid of the things that hold you back and keep you out of alignment. You have to. And sometimes that requires us to be honest with ourselves about what it is that we're doing, how we're thinking, what we're saying. It's easy to point fingers at other people and be a victim all the time, but it takes a little more accountability. It takes a lot of maturity to look at yourself and see how you can do better within yourself, because we can't control not one person around us. But if everyone learns to look within themselves and fix what's right with themselves and become the change that they wish to see, then so many people will begin to change for the better. Okay, so you're going to reflect on Galatians 5:19 through 21, and you're going to see where any of these indicators are listed here are prevalent in your life, and that's going to let you know where you're trying to do things your own way. That's going to help you to get that in check so that you can make sure that you are doing things the Most High's way. All right. For this particular one, I do recommend the Amplify. You can just Google it, look it up. If you don't have an Amplified Bible, you can Google it because it goes really into detail. And I like that for this particular exercise. So again, that's Galatians 5:19 through 21. Please make sure that you have screenshot this page and turn your assignments in when you have completed them so that you can get credit for participation. This is going to bring us to Galatians 5:22 through 23, which is our final scripture again for today. You'll know that I have repeated some of these scriptures today because I feel like I wanted to make sure that we drove that understanding home where it needed to be. But Galatians 5:22 through 23, we find ourselves involved in loyal commitments, not needing to force our way in life, able to marshal and direct our energies wisely. All right. So, you guys, thank you for joining us for day 35 of the Soul Essence Empowerment Journey. If you need to contact Images, please do so at 336-528-4833. 336-528-4833. If you have a social media page, please go find our pages, like, share, interact, invite your friends. Let's get those pages pumping. We are at Images GSO on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. If you need to turn any written correspondence into us, which would include your journaling assignments for today, you can do so at imagesgso@gmail.com. All of it is conveniently here on the screen for you to see. To learn more about our organization, what we do, services that we provide, programs that we're having, and how you can be involved or refer others to be involved in the programs that we have available, then please visit our website at imagesempowerment.org. That is imagesempowerment.org. Here for you on the screen. We'll go ahead and close out in prayer so that you guys can attend to your journaling assignments. All right. Most High and Mighty One, I thank you for bringing us together today to learn and grow and become better in unity and love and in the highest frequency of light that is available to us. Most High, I just thank you and I pray that I give you gratitude that you continually protect us as we come and go, as we are on our way, at work, at play, wherever we are. You protect us all. You protect our families, and you keep us covered in your protection, and you continue to lead and guide us. And we are grateful unto thee, O Most High and Mighty One. I thank you so much in the name of Yahushua Amashiach. It is unto you, O Most High, that I pray, praise, and worship, for you are great and greatly to be praised. All right, you guys, continue having an excellent, excellent day. I thank you all for joining us again. Now, you know we take the weekend days off. However, we'll see you again, same time, same station on day 2, or also known as Monday of next week. You guys have a great day.